Alright guys, we are here in round 1. I'm against a fellow named Drent, and he has a cool avatar picture, if that's called your avatar. I think it is. I won the die roll, so I want to play first with my super aggro deck. Well, semi-aggro. And I am happy with this draw. It has all 3 of my colors, it has a creature spell, and it has 2 of my multitude of kill spells, including this arguably one of my strongest. I could also use Abzan Charm for one of its other abilities as a draw spell. Alright, there we go. I'm trying to make the cards here a little bit larger so you're able to see and read the text, which was a comment, well, a complaint rather. Not the friendliest comment, however, a well-taken criticism by me, something that I need to improve upon. Here we go, I've got my mana. Now I have the ability to play green, white, and black, which means that I will be able to Abzan Charm should I need to. Because I do not have double black cards in the deck, I see no reason to let him know that I'm playing all 3 colors right away. If there's an obvious reason why that was a poor decision by me, please let me know. However, it's okay. Humble Defector, interesting, cool. Hopefully he's just playing that as a bear and he does not have some crazy strategy for it. If there's some reason why me doing that was not a smart idea, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so here I'm going to play the Sandstep Outcast. I would like to get a creature on the board, or 2 creatures rather. As when Sandstep Outcast comes into play, I can either choose to put a +1/+1 counter or put a 1/1 white spirit creature token into play. Of course, I'm choosing the latter. You most often do choose the latter. Getting more creatures on the board is good. The fact that one has evasion, the fact that the token has flying is a great ability. And having this 2/1 on the field means that I can still block the Humble Defector should he choose to attack. Or I could also block with the spirit token. It's all just good. So his deck seems quite interesting. I like it a lot from what I've seen. Humble Defector is not coming in, which means that he may see an untimely end here. Mainly because I'm not interested in my opponent drawing 2 cards. But now I'm realizing if I do use a kill spell on him, my opponent will get to tap him and draw the cards anyway, which is quite interesting. Obviously, I haven't played against this card enough as I'm learning about it as I'm commentating. Okay, so I'm gonna get a Swamp down, mainly because I'm considering playing Hunt the Weak on the Jeskai Elder right now. So let's do that. So I'm choosing my Spirit. I'm doing this now. He has no prowess. He has no mana available to activate the prowess ability of the Jeskai Elder, which would have powered it up. So this way it allows me to use Hunt the Weak without being frightened of the consequences. What I am missing right now are any of my larger creatures. The fact that he's doing this, I'm happy about. I'm also happy that he did not tap his Humble Defector and draw 2 cards there, because I believe, let me see, is it only a sorcery? Okay, good. I was wondering why he didn't draw his cards. However, he can only activate it as a sorcery, or sorry, he can only activate it on his own turn. However, I'm happy that he's not drawing the 2 cards. Let me be clear. I'd rather make that trade and have that thing die than have him draw 2 cards using the Humble Defector. I don't have any card draw in my deck, so if my opponent is card drawing, that can be bad for me. So I could Abzan Charm the Bloodfire Expert, however, I'm not interested in doing that. I'd rather save it for a more absolutely necessary moment. I'm going to play the Scoured Barrens because I intend on playing the Saddle Brute this turn. Because I attacked with my 2/2, I will not lose any life when he comes into play. I'm not interested in leaving up my kill spell because if we are racing, if I have a 4/5 on the battlefield, I am now winning the current race. I'm also playing a little bit more slowly, doing my commentary than usual. However, hopefully my opponent can understand. Will understand. Okay, right into beam. Now the question is, do I block if he attacks the Bloodfire Expert? Why wouldn't I? If he can play another non-creature spell, he will be able to power up the Bloodfire Expert enough to attack me. I think a great player would check to see if they put the card with right into being on the top or the bottom. I consider myself to be a good player, but I'm also not as interested in that as perhaps I should be. I just want to keep playing the game here. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to attack with both creatures. If he decides to block the Bellowing Saddle Brute with both of his creatures, I'm going to use the... Okay, he decided not to. I would have used the Abzan Charm to kill the Bloodfire Expert. I'm going to play the Gurmag Angler here. Looking at his colors, I'm not that concerned about board sweepers. I could be wrong. However, I can't even think of any that are in these colors. Yeah, I don't think there are any. So I'm not that worried. I just want to fill the board up with threats. I still have all my removal in hand. Things are looking pretty good for me right now. He's not even really defending himself, and he's certainly going to have to consider defending himself this turn. He picked a good turn, at least as far as I'm concerned, to start doing that, because I will again be able to Abzan Charm him and potentially get in for quite a whack of damage. Oh ho ho ho! The big old Blood-Soaked Champion coming in right on time to just, you know, put the old nail in the coffin. Let's see what happens here. I'm assuming that Manifest is not a creature. Okay, so that would be 5 damage. I'm deciding whether or not the Abzan Charm is even necessary here, because I still have him on a 2-turn clock, even with the Gurmag Angler dead. And I'm just going to let the Angler die, if you can believe it. If he plays something to make things more interesting, more spicy, better for himself, I will consider the Abzan Charm. However, a 2-for-1, I'm happy with that. Good. I win. Yay. Rahula wins. This is good news. I think it's really good news because I did not have to show him my ace in my pocket. He did not have to see the Blood-Soaked Champion that was going to spell his doom. Now he has no idea that that is going to terrorize him next game. Okay, as we begin to sideboard, his deck looked a bit clunky, maybe mana intensive, big creature spells, some tricks. I'm actually quite interested to see what his deck can do, despite the fact that the things that it does could really end up hurting me. I don't see much that I want to change here. I'm quite happy with this matchup. And I will see you guys in the next. I want to say this right. The next match. I will see. Is the next match? Next match or next battle? I will see you soon. All right. Peace out. So here we are in the next game. Looking at my hand, I have a 2-drop. I have the two of the main colors that I need. Again, like I said, I do not need the green until later on in the game, so I am happy to keep this, especially considering I'm on the draw. Having a 2-drop on the draw is quite good, in my opinion. There we go, a 3rd mana. That's good news. Gonna get a swamp out there. Let him know just how inherently evil we are. Now, worth noting, if I get the Sultai Emissary out there, he has an ability when he dies, I get to manifest the top card of my library, which means if I sacrifice him with the Merciless Executioner, I will get value, essentially. I'll get a 2/2 out of the deal, and he'll have to get rid of a creature. Hopefully, I will be able to do that and put the hurting on that Humble Defector, again on my turn when he's unable to draw the card advantage from it. Drawing 2 cards is no joke. It's a great thing to have. It's a great thing to get. It has me frightened, especially when I do not have the ability to do the same. That just means that he's getting advantage that I'm not. And I don't underestimate card draw in any way that it's done. So Here's what's going to happen. I think I want to attack with Sultai Emissary. If he chooses not to block, I am going to play the Merciless Executioner. I can only assume he's not going to block it, which is good news for me. The reason I want to play the Merciless Executioner to kill the Humble Defector is because, as I had said, I really value card draw highly when I use it and when it's being used against me, especially if I am not in blue. Thus, it's worth it for me to kill this guy. And again, I'm getting the added benefit of sacrificing the Sultai Emissary, which means that I see no reason not to using it. What is happening here? Predictions, anyone? Because I don't know. I guess he could, no. Yeah, he could be killing the Sultai Emissary before, but then I would just sacrifice the Manifest. Maybe he's going to wait until after I sacrifice and then do something funky. There's the Manifest. Ooh, it's a good one. It's the Rats. That could be a really fun little trick if he decides to let it live. So as we look here, I still have enough to play one of my removal spells, which is good. However, we are going to need to start seeing some more mana sooner than later. Lotus Pathogen's a very strong card. However, I've never found it to be just amazing. We're going to do something interesting here. I'm going to attack with both of my creatures. I'm actually excited to see if he blocks the Manifest. He might try to call my bluff, and if he does, it would be pretty cool. He didn't. It's kind of sad. It would have been cool to surprise him with the Typhoid Rats. Alright, yeah, I'm going to cast the Abzan Guide. No. Let's do... Yeah, we're going to do the Abzan Guide because he costs 5 to morph, which means that if I draw a green mana, I will be able to play him. I was less inclined... I was considering the Woolly Loxodon, and the reason was because he is less important to me, his life, and since my opponent hasn't played any removal spells, chances are he would get rid of it. However, I think that well, I think it's worth it in case I draw that 5th mana in order to play the guy. Sorry. Let's see here. Coming in for 2. Could be more. And that is that. He's got lots of mana up, though. Okay, so we're getting the big boys, and not really a lot that we can do. It would be great to have a green mana right now because we could flip this guy, we could play Hunt the Weak, we could do all kinds of cool things. However, it looks like we're just going to bring the noise. My big scary brute with his big scary axe and his 2 light friends. Ethereal Ambush. Good draw. Good card. I guess I probably could have guessed that that was coming, or that could have happened. If he blocks the morph, I think I might use the Sandblast, because I think it is that worth it to keep my guy alive. And I have other removal spells anyway, so let's do that. Now he does know, however, that the morph is something worth keeping, and it must at least be better than the Merciless Executioner, which could be bad because he will then value removing it also highly. He does still have 4 cards in his deck. He is still going to be pounding me with the Lotus Path de Gen. I have 2 removal spells, but things are actually a bit precarious right now. It's not the world's greatest scenario. Okay. Now would be a good time to draw another mana. I mean, I could attack with the Manifest, because I could surprise Rat attack him. Rattata. Old school Pokemon. It makes me sad that I have to say old school. There was... Okay. Decent draw. Decent draw. I mean, as far as bad draws go, it's one of the lesser bad draws, but I'm still not overly thrilled about it. Okay, we're gonna get in. Get in there, Rat Funk. Okay, he hits. I'm going to cast the Woolly Loxodon face down. Now that I have 3 creatures, I will be able to Harsh Sustenance his Lotus Path Dijin. If he goes in with both creatures, I block with nothing. I take it all, I think. Mainly because I'm going to be able to gain some life back with the Harsh Sustenance. And I have the opportunity to gain more if I'm able to flip the Abzan Guide. So this will be a big attack that I take, but it could be, if I draw another mana, the last big attack like this that I take. Looking at my hand, I guess I should have considered smiting the Monstrous on the Feral Cruciak. If he has something really tricky, it could be just GG's. Alright, so let's have a look here. Okay, so, whoa, Brutal Horde Chief. So I can hit him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could nearly kill him if I play the Brutal Horde Chief, and he doesn't block. What is the smart play here? Okay, so what I'm going to do is Harsh Sustenance his... See, if I Harsh Sustenance this guy, this morph, I will be able to attack with all 3 creatures. He'll be able to block 1, or I'll attack with 2 creatures. He'll block 1 probably. He'll probably block the one that I was trying to save earlier, and he'll take 2 damage, and then he'll still have these 2 creatures, which is scary. I think now is the time for me to consider playing a bit more defensively, at least until I get another mana. Which means that I am not going to attack, sadly. I have 2 removal spells in my hand, and I've yet to play any of them. And as a result of me not playing any removal, he's been able to get a big, scary board. But although he might think then that I don't have any removal, let's see. I don't like that. Okay, so he's going to remove the creature. I am going to Harsh Sustenance this Ice Feather Aven. No. I'm going to Harsh Sustenance the Lotus Path Dijin. This could be a blowout. I might get in. This might be bad, but the reason I'm going to do this... Oh, he did have the 2 mana they tapped earlier. It's okay. Well, we'll see what happens here. This could prove very bad. Yes, and as it is going to now. I was nervous to Harsh Sustenance him because I knew that he may have had an instant to power up his Lotus Path, which means the Harsh Sustenance does nothing. I gain the life though. I lost my guy. My other dude returns to my hand. We are just... Things are not looking great. However, we haven't lost. I wouldn't go as far as to say that. But things are really not looking that great. Hopefully he attacks with everything. That would be in our best interest. Okay. So I'm going to block choose blocker. I'm going to put the rats. Okay, please let me pick him. Thank you. I'm going to put him against this dude. So he can morph. Things are not great. Oh, okay, just in time, kinda, not really. A little bit late, but that's fine. So right now I am going to play this mana. And now I'm going to, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to get that Abzan Guide out there because I want to start being able to gain life again. Because next turn I could take 1, 2, 3. It's okay. It's worth it to me. It is worth it to me to smite the monstrous. No, to hunt the weak. On the Lotus Path to Jin. Try to stem the bleeding. The real question is if he attacks with the Mardu Scout, do I block it with my Manifest? He could also just have a trick to return to my hand. If that's the case, then, you know, great, good on him. I am playing slowly. It is a bit difficult to do commentary and play. However, I'm trying. I'm trying here. Okay. I'm going to block him, or I'm going to block the Mardu Scout. He's probably feeling as though he's getting some value here because I just put a counter on my creature. However, I was just more interested in killing the Lotus Path to Jin, honest. Okay. So, with a hope and a prayer, if I play this Abzan Guide, he lives, and I run away with the game with him. That's it. If he doesn't live, or if something happens where he just gets bounced around or something, I don't see myself winning. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. What is happening? Oh, okay. Not too bad. It is a pretty terrible creature for my Abzan Guide to face, considering I have Smite the Monstrous in my hand. I will say that. Okay. Okay, really good things that could happen. I attack with my Abzan Guide, which I'm going to have to. And he activates Prowess, and then I'm able to smite the monstrous and make him look silly. Okay. Not ideal. He's down to 8. 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, I think I have to play my Brutal Horde Chief here, which is sad. Sad because I'd rather have him getting his. I would have liked to have played him and then attacked and gained 5 life. However, I was hoping that he might have played an instant to power up his Dragon Style Twins, which means that I could have used Smites the Mantra, so it's worth it to keep my mana up. I blocked that guy because if I didn't, I'd lose. He has double strike, so I would take 8 damage. Having the Abzan Guide is good. If he plays a big creature, I will be able to hit again and use Smite the Monstrous. If he does something to the Abzan Guide, I could be in trouble. Oh. What happened here? Oh, that was the guy. Alright, a 5/2. So. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I gain 4, he'll be at 9. Okay, so we're going to do this. Because I want to make it really close. Obviously, I'd like to be able to play the Saddle Brute. If he draws any non-creature spell, I lose. But I don't know what to say. I gotta try to win, right? So if he's got it here, he's got it. GG's. We'll move into this final game. Am I down to 1? Okay. If he's got a creature, it could be bad. Okay, so here he's sacrificing his guys. His Dragon Style Twins, okay. Not bad. And I wouldn't say that that was a bad draw. I've had worse draws in the game of Magic. So now I can give his creature -4/-4. And I will be able to hit him for 4 damage. Which is not a win. However, it does mean that the fun continues. Nice. Well, he sent me a message. Nice. Top deck. Oh, I won the match. But he didn't. His creature wasn't dead. He could have lived another turn. I haven't read the message yet. Let's see what he had to say. Oh, GG, better deck? No. He had a good deck. GG's, man. Alright, so there we go. We won the first round. I think that was a pretty cool little match. Things worked out despite it being a very close game. And I'm excited for the next round. I'm kind of liking this little Abzan concoction. Alright, see you next round, guys.